the Northern Territory Government certainly took decisive action at the start of this COVID pandemic that has undoubtedly saved lives and will hopefully allow for sustained economic repair. So far in the Northern Territory, we have had only 30 cases of the virus and thankfully no deaths, but as we keep saying, we must remain vigilant. It is certainly an important position for the Northern Territory in particular, as we're concerned about our vulnerable population in terms of First Nations people and our elderly. In the Northern Territory, Aboriginal people are often overrepresented in the health system, but it's a different story for COVID-19, with official data indicating so far there's been no First Nations people who've been affected by coronavirus in the Northern Territory to date. And naturally, like everyone, we want to certainly make sure that stays that way. At the very beginning of the response to the pandemic back in March, the Northern Territory Government put in place a funded Return to Country program that saw more than 1,400 people go back to country and stay on their homelands across the Northern Territory. Tangentyere Council in Alice Springs and the Larrakia Nation in Darwin put in an incredible effort over a very short space of time to get everyone back to country before community lockdowns were in place on March 26th. It certainly hasn't been easy and there's been some bumps on the road, but the proof of the success is that we have not had one case of the virus in our communities. And this is certainly down to the hard work of many, many organisations and government agencies working together. The Northern Territory Government has worked side by side with the federal coalition government to get this work done. Very early on in the piece, a regional and remote task force was established in the Northern Territory, so key stakeholders, including land councils, NTCOS, NARJA, Legant and AMSANT, had the opportunity to directly inform policy decisions. Our state and territory borders have also been locked down with 13 biosecurity checkpoints across the Northern Territory. People coming into the Territory, whether by road or air, are required to undertake compulsory quarantine for 2 weeks in a Northern Territory Government-nominated accommodation. It was certainly tough action, drastic action, but it is paying off. Nearly 2 weeks ago, on May the 1st, Territorians were able to enjoy our playgrounds, pools and parks, even go fishing, enjoy non-contact sports again, and outdoor religious gatherings were permitted. All of these, of course, with strict hygiene measures and physical distancing in place. From Friday the 15th of May, 2 days away, Territorians can once again return to restaurants and cafes with a 2-hour time limit. Go back to the gyms, our public libraries will be open, and yes, even get our nails done. On June 5th, very important, on June 5th, all going well, all sports and competitions will return there, and there will be no time limits on bars or restaurants. Cinemas will reopen and most business who are able will be operating again. And if Minister Hunt and health advice concur, the biosecurity zones will be lifted internally. Remote community residents will be able to travel to the larger towns for shopping, family visits and appointments. Within Territory borders, we will be looking at certainly a different way of life. The COVID-19 pandemic has presented a range of challenges for the Northern Territory Government, and their efforts to minimise the impact on Territorians are certainly to be congratulated. Vulnerable people have been kept safe, and this terrible virus has hopefully been kept at bay. Once our borders open up again, we certainly welcome each and every one of you back to our wonderful part of the country. Certainly come and visit us once we do that. And what I'd certainly like to say to the Senate, as we do on every occasion, is whilst we put all these things on the record now, it is every day something that we have to remain strong about in terms of keeping this virus at bay, certainly not just in the Northern Territory, but right across Australia. And indeed, our thoughts also go to those people around the world who are suffering terribly from this virus. So, Mr. President, I just want to put on the record a very big thanks to all of those involved with keeping our country as safe as we possibly can.